Hey, I'm Suzy, and welcome to 30 Minutes of Dance. Today's class is a functional movement for dancers class where we'll focus on balance, independence, and injury prevention. When you feel grounded in your body, it's easier to move through the world with grace, to move through the world safely, to feel like you're in your body in a way that makes the whole day a dance. So let's begin by clearing your space. Have water nearby. I'll be using a yoga mat, a block, and a strap if you prefer to use a pillow rather than a block. Or you could also use a bathrobe tie, nice long one, instead of a strap. So to begin, come to standing on your mat and feel a weight shift, a gentle plie through the center, and an easy parallel tendu. But it's just a shift in weight and a shift in perspective as you start to move from the effort of your day to the joy and the celebration of moving your body. So plie through the middle and then feel that weight shift so that now all the weight is stacked over one side. All right, the hips, the ribs, the shoulders over the opposite foot. And then allow the arms to swing back and fingertips towards you. So we drop and swing. Drop and swing. If at any point today you need more support, you can always use a chair, you can use a wall. I'll be using the block to help come in and out of the floor. So take care of yourself, take care of yourself, take care of yourself. Use what you need. Reaching up perhaps, give me a little wave. Still just warming up, feeling the weight shift. And if it feels good to you, maybe circle the arms so you feel the suspension, and elbows can be bent. Fingertips could be on the shoulders this whole time. Or if it feels good in your body, big circle. So stretching the rib cage, stretching the lungs, stretching the breath to energize, engage, and feel present. One more each side. Well done. Come back to the middle. Turn your toes out slightly. So we come into second position, but let it shift side to side. Get some wiggles out. Yeah. We want to feel like we're loose, we're ready for anything. All right, we can shift and sway. The music's moving through you. Reach up like a big yawn. And let the hips go, the rib cage go. Pushing up and out. Celebrating. Hold on to your left wrist. Keep moving the hips, bending the knees, side to side wiggles. And then plie through the center. Big stretch up and over to your right side. Again, if this is too much, bring it down in front. Even right here, we're opening up the side body, just tipping the rib cage. Come back to the center, and then little wiggle. Shake it out. Deep breath in. Let the hips go, the shoulders, just, arms go. And then reach out and up. Clasp your right wrist, pull up. And then plie, stand tall, side bend. Inhale. Again, if you need to be across, more in front. And tip the rib cage. Deepest breath of the day. Scratch your shoulders down your back. Come back through the center, plie, swing the arms in front, and then reach out, big X shape. Crossing the opposite arm in front, plie, rebound, big X shape. All right, so we come into this like star and shine the energy out. Two more. Yes, feeling grounded in the legs and a little lighter in the upper body. Come to parallel, hands to hips. From here, sitting back, so my feet are a little wider than the hips, Sitting back into an imaginary chair. You can use your hands on your thighs. You may even drum it out there if you need. And then pull the navel in, kind of brace at your core, then fire up, move forward with the hips. You're gonna activate the backside, activate your glutes. Sit back again. You can use your hands to support this. You could even sit in a chair and then stand tall. Inhale, pressing back. Exhale, powering through. That's what we gotta do. A lot of days, you just gotta power through. Inhale, sit back. All right, and then we get to the other side of things. It's like, oh, feel so relieved, so much better. Inspired by the challenges, I hope. One more. Well done. From here, shift the weight of the feet in a little bit closer, more under your hips. And then from here, bend the knees, little wiggle, little bounce. Let the shoulders go with you. Let everything kind of flush, agitate the system some, yeah. So that we're more buoyant. more resilient. Shake it up a little. And then from here, you're gonna reach up and in. Up, side stretch and in. So plie up and down has that push, the vibration of the jiggle we just found. Yeah, energy reserves we can draw from other side. Inhale, reach up. And elbow in, straight up and down, keeping the head and the tail in line, up and over, pushing out of the feet, up and over, and one more. Well done, come back to center. So let's take this down to the floor, using your support or your chair as you like. I'm gonna use the block and at its highest level, and then take a moment to just reach up, yay, and then exhale. Hands remind you to move from the hip creases to bend and squat down. Now you can use the block under your hand or hands, step back into a lunge, lower the knees. We're not gonna be on the knees long, don't worry. And then come off to the side. Not that you would worry, not that you would, not assuming that. But I was worrying a little, like, oh no, oh, that's nice. Let's just sit down for a moment. Come to sit with your legs crossed, right leg in front. If this isn't for your knees, sometimes it helps to sit up higher on the block so you can lift out of your low back and feel the thighs are downstairs. They're kind of moving downstairs from the pelvis. If it's not for you, sitting like so, oh, that feels nice. You can lift up and out of your low back, or even taking the legs toward more of a butterfly shape, using your hands on your shins to help pull your spine long and tall, lifting out of the low back. So try it on. What does feel the most comfortable in your body? Cross the other leg in front. Sometimes it feels okay to cross one leg, but the other leg needs some relief. So try that on. Is there a position that feels the best to you today, right now? And then pick your position. I think I'm gonna go with this one today. It's butterfly shape, sitting on the block, holding onto the shins. And now we're grounding. So we just warmed up a little, feeling like you're in your body, building the energy, shifting the weight, getting a sense of like being in your legs. Now let's ground down and open up the hips and the low back. So as you inhale, you're shifting forward on the tailbone. As you exhale, you're rocking back on the tailbone. That's simple. And you'll sense maybe there's a moment where, oh, that's enough. So take a breath back from your edge. It's enough. Don't push anything. Good. So we get a feel for what is the center here? Where are you centered on the sits bones? Maybe give yourself a little wiggle there as well. Yeah. And then moving your rib cage, just your rib cage, maybe forward or to the side. Take the hands to the rib cage. Maybe you can kind of move your rib cage back slightly and then to the other side. Moving the rib cage forward to the left side, pulling it back, corset, pull it in, and then to the right. Now try this a few times, and it may be very small movement or hard to perceive. Again, we're lining everything up, stacking so we feel like we're in our body, that the hips are directly under the ribs. The ribs are floating freely up and over the pelvis. Good. Come back to the center. Oh. Now, rest your hands wherever it feels supportive. Maybe, could even be on the floor here. But sense where your shoulders, where your chest and your shoulder blades are in space. So it might mean you move the sternum, the breastbone slightly forward, upward, and then maybe you soften and try to create some space between your shoulder blades. Inhale forward, like you're puffing the chest up, and then exhale, rounding, moving the shoulder blades away from one another. You might even hold onto your elbows and pull the elbows apart, and then push the elbows toward me, round the upper back slightly, right? Nothing's forced. Switch the arm that's on top, and try this a couple more times. So there's like a shrugging of the shoulders that lifts the heart, and a spreading of the shoulders that softens the sternum. Good. Now plant your hands and move your torso, or your chest really, to the right some, looking over your right shoulder, and then to the left. But try to make this just about the shoulders, the chest. Maybe you even reach with one hand, like you're reaching for something further across the table there. Further across the table. Yeah, if the way you're sitting is starting to wear on you at all, adjust your seat. It's all fair, it all counts. Good, one more reach. All right, so I'm really trying to move the collarbones side to side. Now, tip your left elbow down and your right elbow up. So moving the collarbones, kind of on a little tilt there, and coming back to center, collarbones tilt in the other direction. But we feel this in the elbows, in the shoulders, in the rib cage. Nicely done. Come back to center, and then circle the shoulders, feeling how the movement of the arms shifts the placement of the chest, the ribs. Again, let this kind of move through the chest, the ribs, forward and back. Maybe you even feel this in the hips as you accommodate these movements. Chest goes forward, tail goes back, chest comes back, hips go forward. Right, it's all connected, and we're trying to meet ourselves right in the middle. Good. Sit tall. That same reach we did in the very beginning, clasp your left wrist, and again, if it's right here, beautiful, amazing. Yeah, thumbs up, palms down, whatever feels best to you. Then up and over to the side if that's a thing. And then feel as if you're like, tipping over, but there's a counterbalance. As you reach up and out to the right, your left hip gets heavier. Counterbalance. Come back to center, sit tall. You're gonna turn to your left, and maybe you can use your hands on the thigh, on the floor, fingertips to help rotate. But notice when you rotate here, if the chest is forward or the hips feel tucked under, see if you can align the hips, the ribs, the chest and shoulders, and then your gaze can turn slightly to the right and the left, and the head's just turning on a swivel with the least amount of muscular effort, and then come back to center. Okay, pause, notice how you feel. Good. And then from here, you're gonna reach the arms out, in front, up and overhead if that's for you, and then reach up and over, clasping the left wrist. That's not the wrong way. That's the wrong way. Clasp the other wrist. So you're gonna reach up and out to your left and feel an anchor through the right side. So pressing down through the outer right hip. Shoulders easy, head easy. Move your jaw around some. And then exhale, you're gonna open this up, turning and twisting toward your right now. Again, maybe the hands stay on the shins, towards the floor behind you, or placing the palm to remind you to ground and anchor. Not pushing on the leg, just reminding the leg to press downward so that the spine can lift upward, counterbalancing. rooting down as much as you rise up, and then feeling that the rib cage and the shoulders are all going on the turn in the same line with the pelvis. So your ribs aren't forward or back. Everything's in line. Head to tail. Turn your head to the right and the left. Easy, least amount of muscular effort. Well done. Come back to center. Bring your legs back towards one another, whatever that means, wherever you were. And then from here, come to shift off of the support. I'm gonna move this off to the side. Have your strap, whatever you're using for your strap, nearby and handy, and your block nearby and handy as we side lie, and then we're coming onto our backs, yes? So plant your outer right hip and lie down. Come onto your back. Take a moment to land here, and then allow the legs to go side to side, knees windshield wiper side to side. Good, freeing up the low back. This should feel nice after the seated work. And then from here, if it feels better to you to have your hands by your side or even underneath your hips some, sometimes that feels really nice if it's, the floor is hard or it just feels heavy on your bones of the pelvis. It might feel nice to put the hands under, or even a small blanket underneath can feel really good on the low back. All right, inhale. Draw your right knee in towards your chest. And then flex and then point, bend and straighten as it feels good to you. Now, if this feels like a whole lot of work, again, you could put the hands under the hips to support the low back. You could also use your strap to guide this some. So you have some feedback here, something to push against. And it doesn't matter if it gets totally straight. It doesn't matter if it pulls down in towards you really close. What matters is you're breathing, you're moving, you're having a good time, even through the challenges, even with the hamstrings. Hamstrings can be tight and cranky, I know. Now, if it's a thing for you, you could go hands-free, working on turnout here. So as you stretch the leg towards the sky, flex the foot, and then you can even use your hands and feel the thigh bone turn out, like you're scooping the heel toward you, and then turn in slightly. You could even rest the hand behind the leg and just feel it turn in and turn out. That's our floor bar, our ballet bar here on the floor. And then imagine you're doing a plie, right? The right leg's gonna pull in and down, second position-ish, yeah? And then point the foot turned out. And then again, flex the foot, bend it in and down, and then point the foot still turned out. Again, bend and straighten. Turn it in, point the toes, and then send the leg long like a paintbrush. Draw your left knee in towards your chest. And then drop the leg across the body some. It's a twist. It doesn't have to be any, further than like 5 degrees, 10, 15. If it feels good to you, you can also catch the knee on the block. Coming into a gentle twist and feeling the alignment that the tailbone and the crown are in the same line. You're just wringing out and rotating in alignment. Deepest breath of the day. And then slow motion, you're gonna lift through the pelvic floor, lift and pull in at your center to bring you back. Plant your feet, reset the hips so you're in line, and then, actually let's put the block between the inner thighs before we go to the other side. Take a little squeeze here. Squeeze the inner thighs, lift the hips, come up into a bridge, activate your glutes, and then slowly come back down. Take your hands behind the head, interlacing the hands. Keep your head heavy, and then squeeze the block, curl up. Pull the navel in and up between the shoulder blades. So a little crunch, And then lower back down, release the arms, squeeze the block, lift the hips. And then back down, hands behind the head, coil up, contract. One more time, squeeze and lift. Slow motion, lower down, coil in, connect. Release. Take the block to the opposite side. Have your strap nearby. So again, it's not about how straight, just that you're breathing. So draw the knee in toward you and then unfold the leg. Again, if it feels good to bend and straighten and even point, flex it down and in, bend, straighten. Use the strap if it felt like a thing on the first side. It's helpful to give you that feedback. Bend and straighten. If you feel like you're working a lot with the wrists and the hands using the strap, then just keep your own hands on your body there behind the leg, yeah, behind the knee even, just so that you have a point of contact and you're being gentle with yourself. Just see where you are today. Now turning the leg out as you bend the knee in, flexing the foot, turn it out like you were coming into a plie here. We're dancing on the sky, yeah? So left leg comes to plie, turned out, then keep it turned out and try to point your toes. Yes, and then flex, pull it in and down toward you. You can use your hands to support this. And then pushing through, point the toes. If you get like cramps in the feet, back out of it, just stop and come back in. Right? And you don't have to like point it the hardest you've ever, like, no, it's light, it's easy. One more time. Yeah. And then point, turn it toward parallel, kick it toward you a smidge, and then send it long. Release the left leg down, draw your right knee in. Again, you could stack the foot and just dial it across 5 degrees. It's enough, keep breathing. If it felt good to take it overboard and catch the knee on the block, option to do that as well. Take a deep sigh of relief here. Unwinding, but feel that you're aligned. And then slow motion, bring yourself back to center. Plant your feet. Reset your hips. They're probably off center a bit. That happens in the twist, yeah? Now, feel that you're aligned from head to toe. You are grounded. Take the block between the inner thighs, just a couple of these. You're gonna squeeze, lift into bridge. Doesn't have to be like the highest ever, just a moment to feel like you're in your legs. And then, hands behind your head, curl up, a moment to feel connected at your core. And then slowly release. Bridge lift, lower down, clasp and curl. Let's take one more. Squeeze and lift. And lengthen the spine, curl up and over. Pull the navel in and release. Awesome. Send the legs off to the, or the block off to the side, and then the knees to your right. Press back from side lying towards seated. And then if it feels okay in your body, kind of rewind back towards your chair, or I'll be using the block. Coming towards all fours. From all fours, take a moment just to feel like you are in your pause. Yes, a pause in your pause. And then pick up your right hand for a moment. Pick up your left hand for a beat. Pick up your right knee and keep the foot on the floor still, and then your left knee. And then again, pick up the right paw, the left paw, the right knee, the left knee. Now, stretch your right leg long and plant it. Left leg long and plant it. Again, right and shift to left. If any of this is too much on the hands, you can always do these exercises on your forearms. Last one. Well done. Come off the hands, maybe sit your hips towards your heels. Maybe not for everyone. You could always come to forearms and just chill here for a pause. Take a breath. And then gather your energy from the ground, from your core, feeling connected to the arms and the legs. Step your lucky leg forward. You can bring it around to bring it in front. Use your block, use your chair, use your will. Curl the back toes under and then push off, straight leg. Push off, bend both knees. And then from here, push into the hands on your thighs as you pull in and stand tall. Awesome. Come back to the center once you feel like you've got your feet underneath you. Walking the legs out a little wider than your hips. Hands to hips as you inhale. Let the shoulders come up and then exhale and a little plie. So from this wide stride, we're going to shift to your right, hinge at your hips, and then back to center. Shift to your left, hinge at the hip, center. So now trying to walk one hand up the back of the body towards your low back, your sacrum, your pelvis, and just slide and glide the hands down. There's a slight rotation that happens to help accommodate this movement, right? Sort of looking over off to the side, not over the shoulder, but just off to the side. Yeah. One more. Okay, big finish. Here we go. So this shift is also going to pull and drag and step together. Stepping out, shift, pull up through your base, centered, and then drag the leg in. The knee pulls in and up. Now, if this feels better to you, smaller underfoot, a little smaller shift, less wide in your stride. It could be step touch, hey, if you like. Or it's a big push, it's very jazzy, and then threading the leg back in. Oh, we did this. We pulled the knee into the chest. And then stepping out, a big shift, pulling the leg back in, knee towards the chest. Now, this ain't easy if you need a wall to support, but it's actually about the wobbles, right? The standing leg may wobble. We're allowing for the stability, right? All of the movements of the ankle, yes, as you shift to the other side. And then the adductors, the inner thighs, where that squeeze of the block, that's what this was for, help us to inform the center, the weight shift, the reach. One more. Shift, pull in, scoop up, touch the sky, and pause. Well done. Bring your feet in a little bit more under hips, and then just circle out the right ankle. Circle out your shoulders. Yeah, the whole body. And then switch the direction of your circles and let the arms kind of tread and spiral. Come back to center. A little shake in the middle, and then the left leg. Turn it out for the circles. All right, bend the standing leg, the hips. This is a thank you note that we're writing to ourselves here. Switch the direction. And the arms circle in. Woo, take it up. And back to center. Come back to the middle. A little shake. Inhale, reach up. And exhale. Whew. Again, reach up. Still a little tremor there, a little shake, a little wiggle. Anything you need to release. And now that shake, that vibration starts to really slow down, and you just feel the support. You feel the current moving underneath you, carrying you safely throughout your day, able to move through the waves of the day with grace. I'm Suzy. I look forward to dancing with you again soon. Have a beautiful day.